for him. I don't know for with him out. And they were just ready to go another direction. I know it sucks to have Dante leave because he was a big part for them in the playoffs. He had a
Big part.
nice played a nice role for them. But if you get a chance to add an all-star center, you got to do it.
Okay, all right. So you're in agreement with the move. You like the move. You
Yeah.
think it was a really good move. And
Yeah, I think anytime you have a chance to get an all-star, especially one that's versatile, can score from three, score from inside. Him and Jalen Brunson are going to be tough in pick and roll situations.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a good move.
Right. Okay. How about you, MB?
Yeah, I mean, I think for the Knicks, it's a tremendous move. I think it almost like we talk about like what's the piece that the Sixers are missing all the time. We always talk about that, and I think for the Knicks, I think it kind of answers that question of what, because I think the biggest question mark they had was how is Randall going to fit into what they did, without him? Is he going to be able to come back and that kind of thing?
Right.
And I think when you now you remove Randall, they're definitely going to miss something with DiVincenzo. But I think adding Bridges takes away a lot of the need for DiVincenzo. Because I mean they do a lot of the same things defensively. Bridges can shoot the ball, so I think that takes away some of the, not the need for DiVincenzo, but I think Bridges can fill a lot of that void himself. And then you're adding Karl Anthony Towns, who's is used to playing off the ball. So I think Randall, the issue was he needs the ball in his hands to be successful, whereas I think Cat is the opposite of that. I think he likes to catch and shoot. He likes to go down into the post. So I think it just fills holes. It answers questions. Pause. And yeah, I mean, and the only negative everybody keeps saying is, Karl Anthony Towns can't guard Embiid, right? Which is true. I think he struggles to guard Embiid. But if you remember, OG Anunoby was guarding Embiid just fine. So I mean, I don't think that I don't think goes into their consideration. I think they're looking more towards the Celtics than they are the Sixers, and I think now you have Porzingis matched up with Cat. I think that's a very good matchup. So I think it's a great move for the Knicks.
I also think we need to stop talking about Joel Embiid when it comes to like playoff time. Sixers are not made it past the second round. So anybody that's like, you shouldn't do this because of Joel, like the Sixers haven't got out of the second round.
Yeah, I mean,
no matter who they've been playing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I like it. I'm not saying I don't like it. I like it. I think it helps them. I just don't like the fact that DiVincenzo is gone, because I think that DiVincenzo is a critical part of why the Knicks were good last year, particularly down the stretch. You know what I'm saying? And in the playoffs, okay? So Mikal Bridges, does he replace that? I don't know if their shooting eliteness is of the same ilk. I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I like their team. Their team when they had Hartenstein. I think Hartenstein was a big loss for them. Hartenstein was he helped them as far as at that high post level, playing around, Brunson, and the passing. So I don't know if Karl Anthony Towns' passing is the same ilk as of Hartenstein or whatever the case may be. I thought you had a good chemistry. They had a really good chemistry. So now you anytime you toy with chemistry, now you gotta figure that out a little bit. That's number one. Number two, now we're talking about Hartenstein, what was you gonna pay Hartenstein? Hartenstein wanted like he won like $15 million a year, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Which I think he's gonna be up to that contract a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's inflation involved, according to my homeboy. There's inflation involved or whatever. But so you could have really played Hartenstein, and then you could have kept your team that was phenomenal. That team was dangerous. They only lost. They don't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals because of injury, not because they had significant injuries that happened. You know what I'm saying? Down that stretch or whatever in that Indiana Pacers series. Okay, but other than that, they get past that. They're going to the Eastern Conference Finals with that squad. I don't know. I think Cat coming as a $220-something million player. Okay. And you know what Joel said. Listen, Joel said I've never been scared of a pussycat. I'm just saying that's what he said. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I really liked DiVincenzo. I think that's the one that people are gonna miss. Randall, I mean, listen, there's no loyalty in sports and whatever. I mean, Randall was a person that came to the Knicks on a like, I guess, a max deal or whatever, and he brought them back
for sure
to relevance. And now you got rid of them for Anunoby and whatever. And I guess you have to do those things, but these pieces better work out because Anunoby is injury prone, and so is Cat.
I 100% agree. I think when you're making these decisions, though, like a DiVincenzo, like if you look, I and I'm not a GM, but I guess I would look at it when it comes down to it, who do I need to have on the court? And I think when you put that group together, DiVincenzo is not going to be in that group. So it's like, do I want to not make a move for an all-star for a guy who's probably not going to be on the floor at the end of games? My thing with Cat, I think this, like, one of the things that made the Knicks so good, especially in the playoffs, was they were tough as they come. They battled, and that's, to me, that's the opposite of what Karl-Anthony Towns
exactly
is. So I think they're going to have to rely on Thibodeau in the way of all that stuff to kind of bring that to him and to his game. Do I think he has it in him? We'll see, I guess. I don't know. But I think that's going to be the part that's interesting is Kenny, because I think Bridges has that. It's going to be interesting to see if Cat can still have that toughness mode, that rebounding, offensive rebounding mode that Hartenstein brought that really won them a lot of games when he's getting 10 offensive rebounds.
My point.
But, Hartenstein's getting 5 and 17. If Cat's getting you 24 and 10, like, you don't really need the offensive rebound. So I guess, it's going to be kind of like a
but 24 and 10 now is now you're taking shots away from big body Brunson, who has to facilitate and be the focal point of the Knicks offense at all times.
But I think it takes it off of him. No, he doesn't have to do that with Karl-Anthony Towns here.
I think he still has to do that. The Knicks are the Knicks because of Brunson and what he's doing.
I think
if he does anything less than that, I think they're going to have problems.
I think their roster is significantly better now than it was a year ago.
So you really feel
I think they're way better than they were a year ago.
Okay,
because Mikal Bridges is an upgrade from Dante DiVincenzo.
Okay,
and Karl-Anthony Towns is an upgrade to anyone in the league any center in the league besides Jokic and Embiid. He's an upgrade.
Oh, no, I agree with that.
Wemby. So
I agree with that.
Somebody that can give you 24 and 10. There's not a lot of guys in the league that can do that. I think they're significantly better.
Well, here's the thing. The thing to me is, and I'm not sure who or he's been playing out in the West or whatever the case may be. My question to you, do you think, and these are some things I was having a conversation with my homeboy last night. He told me that Cat is a top 10 player in the league. Do you agree with that?
No.
He's not top. He's definitely top 15. But I'd have to think about it.
Do you even agree that he's top 15? I'm saying that he's somewhere between maybe 20 and 30. I'm not putting him.
Where's Hartenstein?
Hartenstein is
right.
not
So
even
I'm saying if you have a chance between.
Well, again, I'm not saying centers. Yeah. I'm saying players in the league. See, now if you told me top 10 centers, I might say, okay, I could see that. But he said top 10 player in the league.
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that.
I'm trying to go through the 10. He's not top 10.
He's not top 10. He's not top 10. He's not top 20 either. First of all, okay, is he a superstar or a star? He's a star.
He's a star, yeah.
He's a star. He's not a superstar. Okay. All right. Second thing, does this push the needle for them? Now, from what I'm hearing, it says yes to you. You're saying yes.
Tibbs the coach in Minnesota when Cat was there?
He was. They had issues, but they worked it out.
Because I'm trying to think, like, Tibbs will obviously have to okay this deal.
They worked it out. They worked it out. So you guys feel like it significantly pushes the needle.
Yeah, I think it's like I said, when every team goes into the season with their questions, their things that this could go wrong, this could go wrong, and I think this is one of the things that they kind of like took off the table. Like I think this is a big move. I think it I still think the Celtics are better than them.
Yeah.
But I think it moves them closer.
Okay. See, I looked at DiVincenzo almost like a up and coming Derek White, right? So, you know what I mean? Like he's kind of that ilk to me, meaning that he's on that rise. So Derek White, he was just regular, right? And now he's become like kind of like that dude for that type of player, right? And I thought DiVincenzo was on their way there. My question is, how many times do you see a team that has done very well, they got good chemistry, and then they try to tinker with it? Have you seen it?
We saw it last year with the Celtics. They got rid of Marcus Smart and won the championship.
They got rid of Marcus Smart, right? But they also had someone that was very similar, which was Derek White. Wait, matter of fact, no, they got Holiday. Who they get? They got Drew. So
I think it's very similar to that. Dante and Mikal, like Mikel's way better than Dante DiVincenzo.
Okay, all right.
It's like a significant jump.
That's for Mikal.
Yeah.
So Mikal was getting busy out in Brooklyn. He was doing his thing.
He's very good.
Yeah. I mean, I think everything that DiVincenzo does, Bridges does better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Including shoot the ball. He's not as streaky. I think maybe he doesn't shoot it. I still think he shoots it just as well.
Okay. He was a monster in Brooklyn. See, I don't know.
He was very good in Brooklyn, and he was really good with the Suns. Like he was part of that team that went to the finals. He was good,
and he's been a guy who's been a role player,
right?
He's been the guy,
and he's been a guy.
So
okay.
I think that helps them when, if a Brunson gets hurt or something like that, he's ready to step in and do more.
Okay.
And just having another guy that can take over for a 3 to 4 minute stretch in a playoff game is valuable.
Who's that? Mikal?
Yeah, Mikal can take over in a playoff game. Jalen can take over. Cat can. So now you have 3 guys that can really. They can carry you for a quarter. They can carry you for a little stretch when you're struggling. So
I like I said, I like the trade. But the only part I don't like is the DiVincenzo. I just when you have something that's good, I don't know if you really start tinkering. I would add pieces to what I thought DiVincenzo, this little Nova Nick thing they had going, I thought was really well. You know what I'm saying? And I think they actually benefited from it because they had that chemistry. You know what I'm saying? And at one point, they actually, their best lineups were Hart, Brunson, and DiVincenzo.
Well, now you still get Hart,
Bridges, and then okay.
Yeah.
All right. And okay. So I don't know. I don't know too much about Mikal Bridges. I'll be honest.
He's very good.
He's very good.
He's a Nick. He's a net. He's Brooklyn.
New
York guy.
But I, when once they got Ben Simmons though, I didn't.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, then they're not going nowhere.
Back to that.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. So you think that it pushes the needle though?
Yeah.
Okay. Last question of this segment. He also said that it's one of the best pieces that has come to the Garden in a long time. I just don't. I mean,
but who's really come to the Knicks?
I mean, what's a long time? I mean, he's.
Is he that dude? So you're saying that Cat is that dude?
Would you rather have Bridges or Cat?
Oh, son, I think I'm gonna say Cat because I don't really know much about Bridges, son.
Wait, who else is on my team? What team?
No, this team. So do you think the Bridges move is more impactful or the Cat move is more impactful?
That's a great question.
That is a really good question. I think the Cat move is more impactful.
See, I think the Bridges move is. Because I think if you're putting out a team, so if I give you these 2 lineups, if you have Brunson, Bridges, OG, Randall, and Hart, OG, Brunson, Randall, Bridges, Hart, okay? Or you have Brunson, DiVincenzo, Hart, OG, Cat. I think I like the Bridges lineup.
You like Bridges better.
It's a guards league, man. It's a guards league. It's
and Mikal's so
league.
Versatile.
He can guard 4 through 1. I think the Bridges move is bigger than the Cat move.
Okay, so then with that being said, that means if even with Bridges, and let's say they kept Hartenstein.
You love some Hartenstein.
Why do you love Hartenstein so much? I've never heard this before.
Listen. Listen. You can't tell me that Hartenstein on that Knicks team was dominant.
I think
I'm talking about the rebounding, the toughness. I mean, listen, he was able to. He did some stupid fouls though, but he was decent against Embiid too.
No, he was great. I think. I think the problem with Hartenstein, and it's not even his fault, is I don't think Hartenstein can't play with Randall.
Right, so you could move Randall. Randall was expendable when you got OG.
But if you're going to get rid of Randall, you got to get a guy.
Okay, all right. So you got rid of you got Cat now. So Cat's the guy. Cat's going to be
Cat's a guy. Yeah.
Okay, so is he like that Willis Reed effect?
I never saw Willis Reed play.
I haven't either, but I mean, you know what I'm saying. But is he that dude though? Is this the final piece that's bringing the Knicks to championship?
Not a championship, no. But I think it's an upgrade.
It's an upgrade.
I just don't think they're better than the Celtics.
But they're all in. So I mean, this is their squad. I don't think it's getting better.
But the crazy thing is, this is gonna be the squad. It's not like this is a 1-year thing because Brunson took less money, a significant amount of less money. Mm-hmm. They can run this back for a while, tinker and trade and still bring in guys for a while.
Right. Well, why did Minnesota get rid of him?
It's a great question.
Because they said Naz Reid has now eclipsed Cat or is going to eclipse Cat ASAP. They felt like Cat had reached his max.
I think, yes, maybe. I think it's more of a Anthony Edwards is our guy, and I don't know if Cat can accept that.
Yeah. Because Cat was what?
He was the guy.
He was the guy.
Yeah.
Why did Anthony Edwards become the guy? Why did he become the number one option?
He's that guy.
He's that guy.
No, he's that guy. That's why.
Okay, no, he's good, right? All right. But do you think it was because it coincided with Cat getting injured?
It had something to do with it, yeah.
Probably. That's a big part of it, though, right? Like, because I think the previous year he missed a lot of games, and then this game, last 2 years, right? Yeah. So that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? But before then, he was the number one option.
But you know what happens in the league? That it's ironic. Guys get on good teams and they figure out a way to stay healthy. Like guys will be hurt.
I've seen that.
But Minnesota was the number one seed.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, there in years past he was hurt. But like, how long was he out last year?
I think he was out a good amount.
Yeah, he only played 60-something games, 62 games. The year before
62 games is
And then before that, he played like 29.
That's what guys are playing now.
Like 62 games, right? What did Embiid play? Like 50 or 40, 50?
60.
He played 60.
I think he was around.
I think he played 60.
What's the max?
And there was a parade.
What's the thing? 65 for him to get?
For him to get the yeah.
I think he was around 60.
He's around 60, right? So I mean, again, listen. Does it?
I don't know why the Timberwolves did it.
See, I think because of the Naz Reid thing. I think Naz Reid is a better fit with Gobert than and when the Naz Reid was in the game, they was getting busy.
Still have Randall.
And they still got Randall too, right? So and they got DiVincenzo, so now they got shooting.
Naz Reid starts in that team for you?
Now, yeah. Yeah, you don't think so?
Over Randall?
Randall, I mean, first of all, I think Randall's still going to be hurt. You know what I'm saying? I think he's still going to be hurt.
Let's call everybody healthy.
I don't like Julius Randle. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. I don't really care for him. Like he's a strong body, but I don't like his constant dribble. I don't like
his game never evolved.
Yeah, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's, I might be a little biased with that. But anyway, listen, it's going to be great to see. As I always, I don't like my team playing the Knicks. I don't like the teams that fear me with the Sixers is the Knicks and the Celtics.
Right.
I never like playing them. And the reason why is because it's too close. And it's like it becomes like a regional thing. And it's like the Knicks get a little more hype and they be busting out behinds. I can't even front. Like even back when we was kids with Mark Jackson and them sweeping the Spectrum floor.
Right.
And
they struggle with them.
And I don't listen, I think the Sixers probably had the best offseason they could.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're close to this. I'm not gonna say not close, but they're not. I think it's a 2-team race in the East.
Between who?
Celtics and the Knicks.
Wow.
Unless Paul George.
Wow.
Unless Paul George can become an all-star again, and Maxey has to take another step, then I think we can compete. But
no, you don't.
Unless we go I'm not even gonna bring out the secret weapon at the trade deadline.
Wow. Wow. Okay. You feel the same way?
Yeah.
2-team race, Knicks and Celtics. That's it. Yeah, see, I don't agree with that. I think it's still the Celtics. I think that the Knicks, the Sixers, the Bucks, I think they're all in the mix. I think they're all in the mix. I
think it's the Celtics on a tier.
And then everybody else.
And then there's like different teams.
Yeah. So I mean, the Knicks are there. They're going to be there. Let that be clear. They're going to be there. Okay. But I don't know. So, and one part of me thinks that they reached their echelon already from last year. That's one part of me that thinks that.
Well, this is a brand new group.
But because it's a brand new group. So we'll see.
An injury, I mean,
an injury can change everything.
Everybody's.
Right. So, listen, congratulations out there, though, to all the Knicks fans, whatever. Karl Anthony Towns is not a top 10 player. That was main. I just had to really prove this.
And he's not one of the best players to come to the Knicks.
Okay, all right. So I just want to see, because my boy, man, I love him dearly, man. It's my best friend, man. But he gets so hyped, man, because because you know what, they've experienced I'll say we, because it's my number 2 team, but we've experienced so much pain
in the same division.
What do you mean?
That's so wild.
It's proximity, though.
Well, no, at least like the
proximity,
Giants and Jets are like.
But that's only.
He likes the Eagles too. He supports the Eagles.
I do.
You see?
I do. Actually, you know what? That is a great segue.
Well, hold on.
I was going to segue and say teams at New York that, they struggle against.
I want to say one thing. I saw a stat while we're still in basketball.
Okay.
And then we'll transition.
All right.
The top players, what is it? Players who have made the most money per game in their career. Per game in their career. So per game that they've played in.
I don't know.
Top 2. Just give me the top 2.
Who made a lot of money? They didn't play a lot. Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons. Number 1.
Wow.
Yeah,
number 2.
It's like 2 years.
Wow. Who's number 2? I don't even know. Cat Williams? I mean, Cat.
Cat Williams.
I keep calling Cat Williams, man. Yo, Karl Anthony Towns.
No.
Not him.
Still relevant though. Relevant guy.
Most
Embiid.
money per game.
Joel Embiid.
Yeah,
Ben
Embiid.
Simmons 1. Joel Embiid 2. Insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but listen. You know what? It's all good. It's going to be all good. But anyway, let's transition.
Thursday night, there was a little game here that had some relevance to our show. The Dallas Cowboys faced off against the New York Giants.
They did.
Now, I will say this. I think most people thought the game was going to be a blowout.
Thank you.
And it turned out not to be. Thoughts on the game?
I'll concede, because I like to give.
I was going to say the winner should speak.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I want to give credence to the winners. That's what I was going to say. You know what I mean? So go ahead. Let me hear this.
I wasn't happy with Thursday, just because I would have really liked to see
a spanking.
Dallas. No, not even about the Giants. Like, the win's the win.
Okay.
But they're not doing things that make me excited for the next week. Our offensive line is still struggling.
Okay.
We're not able to establish the run at all, to the point that we're like, we got away from it really early and just kind of put things on Dak, and we're kind of using like our short passes, kind of like our run game.
Got you.
Defense made stops when they had to, but there were some times where they look shaky. Our safeties aren't playing as well as they've had in the past. So this version of the Cowboys is not what I thought they would be.
Well, it's still in.
I thought they were a team that could win a division. Now I'm not as sure.
Not so sure. Okay.
I'm not as sure. I think they possibly a wild card team.
Okay. Well, it's still within that time frame of cleaning things up, right?
No, their roster's just not. Their roster's not good enough.
Okay, it's just not good. Okay,
the roster's not good.
Okay,
enough.
All right. Now, did you know this? Did you know this before?
I did. I didn't. I don't really pay attention.
So this is a new revelation.
This is like a disappointing. Like, all right, we looked good week 1.
Okay.
Then week 2 we got smacked. But I'm like, you know what? Every team has a dub.
All right. Okay. So you really feel good. You don't really. I mean, you feel good about anytime you win, you have to feel good. But you don't really feel good about it, though.
Yeah, I'm not like you, where you're like, yeah, we were supposed to get blown out, but we lost by 5, so I'm happy.
Yeah,
if I ever get to that point, I'll probably stop watching football.
That's my point. That's my point right there. So, right, Dallas did that. So that Giants team is in the locker room like, yo, we almost beat them. We almost beat them. That means that we do belong. You know what I'm saying? And then what happened with Rocky? Rocky had one hit on Drago, right? He's cut. He's a man. So it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So the Giants could actually get better from here and the Dallas Cowboys could be.
No, I don't think the
worse.
Giants. I don't think they'll get better.
Oh, they suck. Don't.
Yeah, they're just not good.
I mean, you know what? The fact that you can go to the red zone that many times and not like
5 field goals.
5 field. I mean, yo,
there was a game earlier where I think it was like 7 field goals, 6 field goals they won on.
See, and like that's so. I don't know. Is that on Danny Jones? I mean, I don't.
You guys will have a Pro Bowler.
He didn't play terrible Thursday night, right?
What?
They'll have a Pro Bowler.
Neighbors,
kicker. He's gonna lead the
league.
Neighbors is tough.
Neighbors is tough, right? So he's good. Oh, okay. All right. I see my cousin on here. He like the Cowboys too, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't understand it. But
Daniel Jones, you're right. He wasn't terrible.
He wasn't terrible.
He wasn't good, but he wasn't terrible.
He wasn't terrible.
He didn't do anything to hurt you guys.
No. It was okay. He was the game manager. Is that fair to say? But he got to complete like some touchdowns though, bro.
He just don't have a lot of pieces, man.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. They got neighbors, and that's about
neighbors.
It. Yeah.
He's really good though.
He's really good. Is he on that Odell? Is he on that Odell trajectory, you think?
That's 4 games in, but so far he's very good.
How do you feel about this? I know I'm a sidetrack, but I want to get back to the NFL. But how do you feel about I was watching the game, I think I was watching with my family. And I said, well, I didn't really know who this neighbors was or whatever. And then, my brother was like, oh, okay, well, wait, you gonna see? Wait till he starts smiling. You know what I mean? He gonna see. So do y'all see him smile?
What's he got? Grilling?
It's like permanent, like gold teeth, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I mean, listen, these guys these days.
Yeah, what is it? What is it? See, we got to do like an expose or an editorial on what is it about the guys that they have to show their jewelry. They got to show it, especially in baseball.
Oh, it's not a permanent.
It's not permanent. It's a grill.
A grill, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So I mean,
but even that though, why is he wearing a grill when you're playing football? But go ahead, coach.
Well, I think it's because you don't know their faces. Like, I think it kind of just draws more attention to them. Like, especially in baseball, like. I mean, I guess you do see their faces in baseball, but it's not as like basketball. You can. If a basketball player walks down the street, you can be like, "Oh, I saw that guy on TV."
I know
guys on the bench, guys.
Right.
But in most of the other sports, like baseball, they're in the dugout. Like you don't see. You don't really see them. So I think it gives them some individuality.
That's fair.
That kind of thing, and I think especially for all these young guys coming in, they're making so much money in college now. They're like, man, I got $2.5 million.
Right, I gotta live up.
What should I do?
What should I do? Right,
I'm bored.
You. Right,
I'm not going to class.
Right.
So what should I do?
Right. I don't know. I just, I noticed. I was watching a game, baseball game. I want to get back to the Eagles too and stuff like that. But I was watching a baseball game one time, and it was interesting. When they got up to bat, they did this.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It did this. Once they hit or got base, it went back in. And I'm like, yo, you're consciously doing this.
Yeah.
So what is it? That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
baseball players are wearing way more jewelry.
Oh my
in the last few years.
At all times. I mean, big change.
Yeah. Like, and there's guys I wouldn't even think be wearing it. Like,
right. So what is it that? I mean, is it just because we're just playing up to the crowd, or we're more concerned about our image?
It's social media. It's the drip area. You gotta,
Okay. All right. So that's just what it is. Okay.
Malik Neighbors is a young kid he just signed an $18 million signing bonus. Like,
wow.
From the South, I'm going to go buy a grill.
Right, absolutely. All right, so the Cowboys, they won. That was a good, good victory or whatever. I still don't think that they, I agree with you with the wild card, or maybe even not making the playoffs. I still don't think Dak is really good. I just don't think so. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? We'll see. How about the Eagles, though?
Last week they squeaked by.
They did. They did.
Yeah, I mean they're a mess right now, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think
still in that time frame, though.
We're still in. This is the last week.
It's the last week of working it out. Yeah, cleaning up stuff.
Cleaning up some stuff, as Coach Bird likes to say. This is going to be an interesting week, though. I mean, let's go back. Saints game. I think it shouldn't have been as close as it was. I think Sirianni made some bad decisions,
Sure.
not kicking field goals, going for it in strange times. You know, they're just not. Then you have a bunch of injuries without AJ Brown again. Devontae Smith goes down.
Yeah.
So that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
You know, for any team, you lose your top 2 wide receivers. I think that's going to be tough. But I don't understand why you trade for Dotson and you don't even use him. Like, why are you trading for this wide receiver who's supposed to be a third wide receiver? And then I think he has 2 catches on the year or something like that.
And that's it.
But Goddard he got loose last week, so that helped him a lot. Mm-hmm. But I think this week's going to be interesting. Still don't know if Devontae's definitely out. AJ Brown may play.
Okay.
The Bucs are also banged up real bad, so that'll be.
Are we in Tampa Bay?
In Tampa Bay.
Okay.
So it's gonna be, I think coming on the bye is next week. I think this is a game you just got to try to, figure out a way to win, and hopefully in the bye week everybody can get healthy. You can get on track.
They better not lose. It's just that. No, it's just that simple.
The Bucs aren't bad.
The Bucs are not bad.
No, I'm not saying they're bad, but they've experienced something very bad. Okay, like half their town was underwater like a day or 2 ago. So like the players haven't been practicing. They haven't been doing it. You know what I'm saying? So now you have a little bit of an advantage because you've been practicing. You've been doing your thing. So that's why I'm saying they better not lose. You know what I mean? What do we feel about Jalen Hurts though? Are we seeing some positive progression or regression with him?
Can I just say one?
Yeah.
This is off the topic. I was so mad watching at the Giants when I was watching the Eagles game because AJ Brown was out, Devontae Smith was out, and then they just hand the ball to Saquon and he rushed.
Right.
And I was like, the Giants, I hate the Giants. This makes me hate the Giants, and they just gave them another weapon.
That's the only reason they won a game.
Yeah,
And
it was just you just gave him.
Played well.
The defense played well. You just gave him another weapon.
Yeah.
I don't. Jalen Hurts, he looks like a quarterback that has his top 2 receivers out.
Okay.
Like a lot of like he's not playing well, and his top 2 receivers are out. I think you take most guys' top 2 receivers away, and they struggle.
Right.
Gotta stop turning the ball over though.
He's turning the ball.
Many turnovers.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's an ego thing where I feel like I can make these throws, or if it's a not seeing the defense. I don't know what it is, but like there's just too many turnovers. He's got to be a better. And I know this has been a negative term for so long, game manager, but you got to be a game manager until it's time to be a hero. Like we don't need you to be a hero in the first quarter.
Right.
Like just keep it, just make good plays, make smart decisions. Then in the fourth quarter, if it's time to be a hero, go be a hero. Like
right. Yeah. I think because people have complained that, the arm strength, the arm this. I think he's going out his way to try to prove that he can be a
I was going to say there's plays that he's trying to make that he never.
Run the ball, before. Yeah. But see, that's the media, that's the fan base as well, where they've made him feel negative for running.
Yeah,
that's the same thing they did to McNabb.
I heard a really good.
You understand what I'm saying? Like. What you said?
I heard a really good quote. Like once you start listening to the crowd, you end up sitting with
You're
them.
done.
So
that's a great guy.
You just gotta focus and do what you do. Really
do what you do best. Run.
You had this team in the Super Bowl not off your arm strength,
off your run,
off the fact that off the balance of being able
both.
to do both.
Right. Off the fact that you can play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So play. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, if I pull out any strengths, is that he played horrible, but they still won. And he found a way to not make those mistakes when it mattered most.
For sure.
So that right there, you have to give him that props for that. But we shouldn't even be in those realms like that. So who's up? Is Tampa Bay up?
Tampa Bay's up.
Okay.
1:00 tomorrow.
Okay.
I think it'll be a good game.
Good game. Any other interesting games out there?
I think Vikings Packers will be a good one.
Okay.
Vikings somehow 3-0.
Where's my Jets at? What's my Jets doing?
Jets play Broncos
Okay. In East Rutherford?
Yes.
Okay.
So you'll get a win.
Is that home?
It's in New Jersey.
You'll get a win this week.
Is it our home state?
It's in New Jersey. Yeah.
So wait, you have 3 chances every week to get a win.
Oh, yo, listen. I'm a lucky. listen.
What I'm saying, you got the Giants,
Jets. Oh, Bills. That's
Bills.
right. Yeah. I'm a lucky guy, man.
Wow. I'm gonna just root for the whole East Coast.
Listen, man. Listen, man. Listen. It's interesting because we're gonna have a show on here because I'm telling you, it's it's a New York thing, but we have to go about like who doesn't. You guys don't love your state. That's the problem. You have to love your state.
I love New Jersey.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You love the Devils?
Yeah. No, I don't care about hockey.
You don't care about it. Okay, all right. So, but okay, all right, I'll leave it alone.
Another interesting game on here: the Bengals and the Panthers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bengals are 0-3.
Yeah.
See if they can turn some things around.
Yeah.
Panthers quarterback change.
Not a big primetime game, but
Sure.
like an important game in both their
Sure.
season. Panthers made a change, got a win.
Okay.
We'll see if that's the right move to go with.
Bills Ravens will be a good one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think Lamar has to win. Okay. Especially after that showing with the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the Cowboys, the game, even though they won the game, the fact that the Cowboys came back the way they did, it just takes away from that. Let me ask real quickly, though, what are your thoughts about I just lost my train of thought. I hate when that happens.
Yeah, it happens to me all the time.
Hey, yo, what is that? Is that an old thing or something? It's like I had the point and I'm like, I can't remember it. But anyway, listen, it's going to be a great day of football tomorrow. Giants, they're when do we see them again? The following Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing with the Cowboys too, following Sunday or whatever. So, I mean,
Sunday night versus the Steelers.
Oh, Steelers versus who?
Cowboys.
Oh, Cowboys.
Next Sunday
Okay.
night, yeah.
All right. That I got my point now. Are we seeing the end? And this is that. Are we seeing the end of Deshaun Watson?
I don't think so because his contract's guaranteed.
Wow.
100% guaranteed. So I think they have to.
They have to find a way to make him happy
They have
because
to figure out a way to make it work.
Yeah, because he's already started complaining a little bit. You know what I'm saying? From my understanding,
he shouldn't complain about it.
He shouldn't complain about nothing, right?
You have another chance to play in the NFL.
You should be able to just be humble and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. So, all right. We gotta close our football stuff up.
Let's make our way over to baseball.
Okay.
Phillies clinched division champions.
Okay, let's go, Phillies.
Clinched a bye, at least the one at top seed.
Absolutely.
Got a bye. And then showed up last night. Got rocked.
Listen.
But the game didn't mean a whole lot.
Sure.
I mean, I guess they're still trying to get the one seed, but the bad part of it is Ranger. Ranger gave up 4 runs in the first inning, 2 runs in the second inning. So that's the part that's kind of disturbing in the whole thing. So, they're having a lot of talks among who's going to be, what the rotation is going to be look like in the playoffs, especially the first round where it's the second round I think now is a 5-game series. Second round 7.
Yeah.
So they're saying are they just going to go with the 3 and then have Wheeler pitch on short rest for game 4, that kind of stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see, because Rangers,
he's struggling.
He's been struggling. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Phillies figure that out. And if they can, they'll have a week off. They don't play until next Saturday. So
right. So they play right into the league championship, right? They go right into the NLCS.
No.
They don't? I thought they do.
So they have to win 2 series to get to the World Series. So they'd have to beat the winner of
Right. You're right.
The winner, and then they'll have to play the Dodgers against whoever.
Okay.
So there'll be 2 series that they have.
So it's the divisional round,
wild card
round, and then the championship. But the Phillies go right to
division round.
Oh wow! Okay.
There's 3 rounds now.
It's 3 rounds of wild card. I got you.
Yeah,
I got
3
you.
rounds to get.
So they play next Saturday.
Okay. Sunday they play.
All right. Yankees also clinched too.
They did.
All right. And that they did celebrate for whatever reason. But I agree with Philly not celebrating because the job's not done. But
Philly celebrated the division.
Oh, he did.
They did celebrate the division.
Okay. They didn't celebrate making the playoffs.
They didn't celebrate making the playoffs.
All right. So that's the standard. Okay. So the Yankees are there. I still have the same concerns. I'm definitely going to watch some games though, but I still have the same concerns. It's the pitching. But with Ranger, I do want to go back to the Phillies real quick. With Ranger's just coming back to size, right? He's just coming back down, right? Yeah. Because he,
Yeah, he was overperforming.
He was overperforming, and now he's just back to being regular.
But we'll see because he was always decent throughout the year, and then would be lights out in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, that's
so
true.
We'll see if holds
Yeah,
true or if
yeah.
this is who he is. So that's
Yeah.
going to be the.
So this is an exciting time of baseball. Now, Fred, this is when you get activated, right?
I was just going to say, I feel like the energy is not around the Phillies the way it's been in the past.
Okay.
Like I'm not having the random conversations with the kids at school about the Phillies.
Wow.
I'm not seeing the shirts like I used
Okay.
normally see around this time. I don't know which would make sense. They're not playing well, so they're not giving anybody anything to be excited about.
Sure.
But hopefully they can turn some things around.
Okay. All right.
And it's also because the last 2 years they were fighting to
get in. That makes sense.
Right.
So they went on rolls at the end of the year, so everybody got excited. Whereas now it's like we're just holding on,
right?
Trying to
right. In fact, that's where the hunt for Red October got developed, isn't it? Yeah, because it wasn't there in 08. The hunt for Red October. No, I think it got developed just recently.
There was something in that.
Okay.
Time. I forget what.
Yeah. So I mean, but so now the expectation. You see them going to the World Series. Are we going to see our well, I can't say our Phillies. We're going to see the Phillies versus the Yankees in the World Series.
I don't. If I'm being perfectly honest, I don't see them making the World Series.
Which team?
Either.
Oh, okay. All right. What about you, FB?
I don't know. I'd be shocked if this Phillies were in the World Series. Just with the way things have been going, the pitching.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if they were able to string it together.
Okay. I'm gonna hold out hope, and I'm gonna say that, you know what, I think I can see him in the World Series, and I'm hoping for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping for
about the Phillies, the Yankees.
The Phillies and the Yankees. I think they're gonna.
The podcast would be great.
Oh my gosh!
You could do a live podcast.
We have to go. Absolutely.
On the street.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And would there be tailgating? Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah. Absolutely.
See,
I'll be there.
I think I have PTSD from that. The last time I saw the Phillies, the Yankees didn't go.
I know. It's all right. It's all right. You know.
I had to look at the guy in front of me who I want to, and like I'm not a violent person. I want to punch that dude in the face. Like, you're fake.
Right.
He had the jersey on with his name on the back. Like,
right. He did.
Like, come on, man, sit down. Like, yo, what are we doing?
Well, you know,
listen.
You listen. Everybody, every once in a while, you know, you listen. You just discovered that they're called the Bronx Bombers for a reason. Like that's what I kept saying. They was hitting home runs. It was what it was. But I think I do see them getting there. You know, if either one, I tell you what, will the Phillies have to play the Mets?
They could.
Might be a little problem for them. I tell you, there's something about playing New York teams, man. Like the Philly teams, they struggle with that. I don't understand what it is, but they struggle with it. But anyway, all right, moving on. Last segment of the day. WNBA.
Yeah.
You know, our little homie is gone. It came to an end. Now,
what a great run though.
It was a
great run.
Right. Now, do people stop watching now?
No.
So
people will watch the final. People will watch the final. I don't think people
I disagree.
You think people won't watch?
I stopped.
I think there's one more round to watch. Liberty Aces.
Oh,
and then it's over.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah.
Would that be the finals?
No, they're playing right now. They're playing next.
Liberty Aces?
Yes.
That's gonna be.
Wait, what?
It's just the top 8.
Oh, it's just top 8. Okay, all right.
Yeah. Because then whoever wins is going to play probably Minnesota.
Yeah. It's kind of done.
Are you not watching? I can't even find it on the ESPN that said scores.
They were like, Kato's out. We can move it back out of the top spot.
Listen,
the Aces and Liberty, that'll be a good series.
That's going to be a very good
series.
Tomorrow.
That'll be a very good series.
Where at? In Las Vegas or Brooklyn?
Oh,
in Brooklyn. Okay. What time's that game?
3 o'clock.
Okay. Have you guys been to WNBA game?
I have not.
I have not either. Okay. 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 So I mean, when Caitlin Clark they lost, you know, I kind of, I felt bad. I mean, it was a great run, but I was like, Dad, like, you know what I'm saying, like, because she was part of like one of the reasons why I was watching it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now she's done, and now I'll switch back to the Liberty and stuff like that. But I mean, she didn't have a chance, huh? Versus that team. They got swept.
Yeah, I think it shows, and Caitlin Clark is one of the best players in the league, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think it shows that the other talent in the league
is good too.
That she couldn't just carry them to win. Like
Right.
there's other.
There's other people. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, what do you, I mean, I know you, this is what you said, FB. You said you were a fanboy for her. So how did you,
I
that's
don't
what
know
you,
if I said fanboy, but
oh, I promise you. I'll go
take
back.
it.
I'll go back and find it.
You absolutely.
That's a fanboy.
He said, I'm a fanboy for Caitlin Clark.
Can we erase that from the internet?
I
Like, I
would, but no, what was your thought? How did you feel?
about just her season overall.
Season over,
I
and
think
it's over
when
and stuff like that.
you have the expectations that she had, and you come in and meet them. Like,
Yeah,
I think she actually
exceeded
expectations.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
she had a great year, especially with all like the media hype.
Yeah,
The Olympic break, which I thought was great for her.
right.
She really took off second half of the season. So I think she established herself as one of the best players in the league, and it's going to be good for the league.
Yeah, I agree. My cousin, I was talking to my cousin the other day, and he was, he agreed that Caitlin Clark is good, but he kind of was feeling like, they just all they do is focus on her. Like there's other people that have been doing it longer before her, and they just don't, you know what I'm saying? So I get that. I get that perspective, though. I do get it, but I don't know if they've. She's just a different type of ball player.
It just happens with some people, right? Some people have it. Some people have there's some people that are like just very good players, and then there's players that other people like watching. Like Caitlin Clark is somebody that people like watching. So like there's girls on the women on the who they lose to, the Suns, that are really good players.
Really good, right? Absolutely.
We're
tough. Right.
But she's not like nobody's like I'm not stopping what I'm doing on the Sunday to watch that game.
Absolutely.
Caitlin Clark, though, I'm gonna stop to watch.
I'm gonna stop. So now, is Caitlin Clark a beneficiary of, let's say, the Mac McClung theory or perspective? So, like Mac McClung, right? What did he do that was real special in the dunk contest? There's nothing really, right? It was good dunks, right? But it was more the fact of his height and culture where that helped him propel. So is that at play here as well?
Yes and no. See, and I'll say yes because of what you just said. Yeah, I think that or no, let me it works both ways for her, I think. It helps her and hurts her.
Okay.
Because I think because of what she looks like, and I don't mean just meaning her being white. I think she's also like this is not to be disrespectful. Like she's just plain look like she doesn't like nothing. If she walked down the street, she would just be another woman walking down the street, right? So that part, and then you see her and she's doing what she does. It's like, wow. But I also think because of those same things, she has haters for no reason.
Absolutely.
Right? Whereas I don't know if anybody was hating on Matt McClung because of those things, but like she 100% has haters because of those.
That's true.
Because of that.
That's true. I agree.
Which doesn't make any sense.
Which is not fair. Yeah.
So
and then just to close it, there were some problems there with the fans, the Indiana Fever fans. They were shouting out some disrespectful and I guess racial stuff. I'm not sure if it was racial stuff or whatever, because I think a lot of the opposite. What was it? The Sun, right?
Yeah.
They got into it with some of the fans and some of the things the fans were saying, and then you saw Caitlin Clark got into it with some fans and was like, "Yo, I want him out.
Yeah,
I want him out." Right? And he left, but he came back.
Oh, I didn't know he came back.
But came back and sat down. You know what I'm saying? So
she don't have that LeBron power yet.
Right, not yet, right? or is it a sexism at play?
I mean, I'm sure. I wonder who that guy was. I wonder.
And what he was saying. What was saying. And see, that's my next question. When we go to games, primarily that we've been to male dominant games, we talk junk. Okay, so you could say certain things, and it's okay, except when KG said something about Honey Nut Cheerios to Mellow.
Yeah,
that was a problem. That you can't do that. Okay,
there is a different etiquette.
Right.
Like,
but
go ahead,
but how do you like get on at the WNBA game Can you talk with that same vitriol, that same energy?
So
No, I don't think so.
Well, I think there's people there who feel the same way about the Fever that you feel about the Sixers, the Knicks, the Nets, the Jets. Like we can go on.
Okay, all right.
There's people that feel that same way.
Got you.
So that guy sitting front row, second row, whatever he was sitting, and he tells the girl and the son, "You suck." I think you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't say other words.
You can't say like really anything.
You can talk about their basketball ability.
But that's it.
Yeah, you can't get
But now when you go to a male dominant game, is there rules?
I think there's starting to become rules. If
Okay.
there's not.
All right, okay. But you can't say, yo, come on. What are you doing? You effing. You can't say that to no WNBA player. I don't think it would be acceptable.
Well, I mean, we've seen guys in the NBA have guys put out. Like Westbrook had the guy
Go
thrown
on,
out.
right?
LeBron went over with the ref. Had
Go on, right?
This guy
So-
right here's got to go.
So she's not there yet in her home gym?
I would need to know more of the backstory of
Okay.
what was said.
All right. I think sexism, I mean, it's something I'm starting to really realize, and maybe that's just me just evolving as a person, that sexism is at play at all times.
For sure.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and maybe I was just oblivious to it for a long time or whatever, but I see it now and I'm like, wow, like, it's just, I don't know. I would be uncomfortable yelling and screaming at a WNBA game. If
Yeah,
I had front
agree.
row
I
seats,
agree.
I would be
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
Yeah. And there's
Like,
just a different etiquette.
I'm uncomfortable screaming at an NBA game
Yeah.
that
With-
close.
Okay, yeah.
Meaning like if I'm sitting up and I'm like, come on, man, you suck. Like that's
Nah,
one
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But I'm not gonna stand there because I don't really because I don't believe it.
Right.
I don't
right,
believe
right.
that
Right.
Westbrook sucks. My fault. Like that Westbrook sucks. I'm not gonna run when he's run. I'm not gonna do that because I don't believe that.
Right.
Right? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like in the moment, I might say it like because I'm talking to myself or if I'm
Oh man, you suck. Right. It's just
Yeah,
yourself, right. But
yeah.
you ain't saying
I'm not
it to
saying
right.
it to because I
Right.
don't believe that.
Right. But I think it's also like it comes with our morality, right?
For
Our
sure.
morals, right? Like, now we can't be yelling at no woman like
Yeah.
that. We can't do that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that will come into play. Now, but with the Fever fans, they bypass that.
Well,
Obviously.
Well, supposedly the Indiana fans are wild in
In
Pacers
general.
games. At
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
They're
okay,
supposed-
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think they have to understand that this is what comes with professional sports, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No,
Like
absolutely.
you're getting this level of attention.
Yeah.
You want people invested. Like when people are like that, where
They're
they're
invested.
they're invested.
Yeah.
You need that though.
Okay,
It's
this
part of it.
This is a great point, real quick. So you spoke on Westbrook throwing the person out. Who was it? LeBron throwing the person out, right? Now, does that speak more to, oh, that's not right what that fan is doing? Or how come that fan can distract you?
Well, you're human at the end of the day, and those guys are at work,
Okay.
and they should be protected from certain things. Like the guy that's able to jump up in Russell Westbrook's face and give him both middle fingers, he should be out.
Okay.
The guy that said whatever about LeBron's son at the Pacers game, he should be out. Like
Okay.
there's fan talk where you could say like, "Yo, you suck," or "Get out of here." But
Right.
once you start to get like personal,
Degrading and
or
stuff like
once you
that.
stand up and now you're getting involving yourself,
Okay.
I think then then the league has a
Okay.
duty to protect their guys from.
Now,
from
now
that
you
type of
guys are both. Well, I'm gonna give you a chance to respond if you, MB.
No, I agree with that. I think there's
Okay.
a different,
Levels
like you
to
said,
it.
there's etiquette to it.
Yeah.
Like if you're talking about basketball, I think any basketball player will agree with this. If as a fan, if you're talking, and I see this at high school games, if you're talking about basketball, you can say whatever you want. Like,
Right.
but when it goes past that, I
Then
think
it's a
that's
problem.
when it's a problem.
And that's why I just want to ask that real quick, and then we're gonna land the plane. When we say with referees, right, and you guys are both head coaches, right? Does it upset you when the referee is distracted with something that's going on in the crowd, or the referee stops his whatever and then talks to somebody in the crowd or whatever? Are you distracted? Are you bothered by that, or you're okay with that?
I think it's part of the ref's job to control the environment.
Control the environment,
right?
Okay.
Because if they're hearing something that could spark something that on the floor,
then they have to. Okay.
To do
But
something.
oftentimes it's directed at them. Ref, you suck. You how you missed the call? How did you miss the call?
It's rare that I haven't really seen that many refs respond to stuff like that. I'll see them respond to a fan saying something to a player.
Oh yeah. Now you have to.
So I don't see the refs respond.
I've seen them respond to that.
I think, and when refs respond, that I've seen more often about themselves, more often than not, it's because it's not about the game.
It's not about the game, right? It became personal.
Right. It's not about.
Okay.
It's not about me missing a call as a ref. It's not about how did I not see that as a ref. It's about something about.
Yeah, but that position, they have to take. They have to be built up to take all kind of stuff, especially the higher in the ranks of referee. Yeah. Now what they'll do is they won't take it from a fan, but they'll take it from a basketball player. They'll take it from a star.
But once it gets then
personal, they get a tech. Right? They get a little tech. Right? Yeah. They get a little tech. But and
those guys have relationships. We have relationships with those refs.
Right.
So things that are said,
it's not going to be too disrespectful. Right. Yeah. Okay. I got you.
Yeah, and I think most of the time, like you said, you have relationships with these guys, meaning not like outside of the sport, but just like them, they've reffed a bunch of your games.
Sure.
So now the first thing is we're going to talk about whatever just happened, so I can understand what you're doing, and you can understand what I'm seeing. Blah blah blah. The problem comes when there's a guy you don't have a relationship with,
right?
And it's not even the relationship part; it's he wants to make it about something else,
right?
Right? So you go to, and I'm a big, I talk to the refs all the time. Talk, right? And I think that's effective for me because now we can talk.
Right. We have conversation.
But if I ask a ref a question and he ignores me,
right. Right. Hey.
Now when my kids yelling at you, I'm just yell at them.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I mean, I think officials have to take a lot, but I think it's the same way. I think in all sports, youth sports, everything, I think the officials are really trying to get their control back.
Yeah, they are.
And I think they do a good job of taking criticism about the game.
Right.
But when it goes too far, that's when they're just done with it.
It's hard. Officiating's hard. I think that's why it's been we've had such a hard time keeping officials, having officials, because they're doing this because they love the game. They're able to make a little extra money, but they don't need to be subjected to
that type of stuff. It's tough.
And just all around, I think people are just taking things too far with officials, with coaches, with how they speak to players. At the end of the day, these are games. It's supposed to be fun for the guys. It's supposed to be entertaining. It's supposed to be something that we can all come here and enjoy. And yes, we all want to win, but I think let's just keep a little bit of perspective here when how we deal with people.
Absolutely. And I agree. I totally agree with that. I think, if we explore this more, maybe in a later, show or whatever, I think that we would have to talk about sometimes the referees, they be from the neighborhood of the school. You just gotta put it out there. Cause I remember one time he was playing in Glassboro, the referees from Glassboro. I'm like, oh, there it is. That's why you're not getting the calls. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the Philly, you have to, that matters though, bro. That matters, man. Sometimes
it goes the opposite though.
Sometimes it can, yes. But what if you just lost a crazy game? You was complaining about the officiating. You're sad and you're sullen. You go out to Applebee's, you see the ref and the head coach there because they both from Glassboro. You're gonna feel some tight way.
Well, what's interesting, and I blame that on the referee shortage.
Okay.
Because there's definitely times where, for example, I'll give a great example. Rick Lipford, right? Great official. He had a son who played at Cherry Hill West. So he obviously, I believe, he's never officiated.
Done even in the years since Jordan's left.
At Cherry Hill West.
Right. So he believes in the conflict of interest. It's
right. So, but I also think that it's hard for guys to not have certain games if there's no refs. I got to do a game. So I mean, I don't know.
It's a tough thing because if I'm a ref, right, and I live in Glassboro, yo, son, I want all my games in Glassboro, so I don't have to travel. Who wants to travel? Who wants to? Some refs they might, especially if you go. I mean, well, Jersey is divided into 2 states, but I don't know. Does South Jersey refs go up to North Jersey?
Only in the playoffs.
Only in the playoffs. Okay, so
for the most part, they stay in the same conference.
They stay in the same conference. Okay, so I don't know. I mean, like I said, that's something that we got to really kind of explore. I would love to get a ref on here one day and just kind of talk with them because I want to know they have to have great patience and they have to really like channel and suppress their ego.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it could be the tone for me. Like, wow, why did you think that you could talk to me like that? You know what I'm saying? So, and it's in the heats of a game or whatever, but I
bet his answer is, why did you think you could talk to me?
Right, exactly. Right. See, everybody is, you know what I mean? So that's something else. But anyway, listen.
One more thing, WNBA. Okay. Chicago Sky, Angel Reese's team, coach was fired. Teresa Witherspoon, WNBA legend. Okay.
Wow.
They said she was fired because after going back and watching the games, they saw how she was doing certain things to make sure Angel Reese got her double-doubles.
Wow.
That were not beneficiary to the team. Now, mid-season, they lost one of their best players who asked for a trade because of that.
Wow.
And now it's kind of coming through.
Wow.
So just a little.
That's interesting.
That is very interesting.
That's a very interesting, because now you make the decision, because at the end of the day, like, these teams are a business.
Right.
And if she is doing things to make your most marketable player even more marketable, how do you fire her?
Not at the sake of the team, though, I think.
I don't know.
And
but your team's not.
Lost your best player because of it.
Who, Mabry?
Yeah, so you got to make a move. Just like I'm wondering why he's a baby double.
What I would love to know what she was doing to, like, how she was doing that.
Oh, that's what I would. That's an unofficial thing. They said that, but I mean, there were definite moments when you were like, "Why is giving her the?" When they were getting, blown out and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, listen, everybody has their, I mean, I guess she did, maybe she felt like that was the best opportunity for them to win, for her to, or maybe it's because of the league and then Caitlin Clark. Who knows, man? Yeah. But like I said, it's definitely something that we need to explore. Definitely, I just seen, on the Birdcage show, they had a ref on there, so we definitely got to check that out. And everybody else, make sure y'all check that out. Just want to hear from them. Just, I'm curious about that, like, because it is a fraternity.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Just want to, so do you think any, and this is my last question, all right, because I definitely got to land the plane. Do you think any of the refs are going through or involved in any of the Tim Donahue-ness?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Really?
Of course.
Even on the high school level?
I don't know about high school. I don't know what you can get out of it at high school level.
Okay.
But I think in college.
Let
me say this. I think there's definitely officials in every sport in the college and professional levels that gamble on games.
Okay.
Now, are they gambling? Are they gambling and betting on their own games? Are they taking money to make? I don't know if that's going on.
Okay.
But I know it would just be like anything else. If Fred's, we've been friends for a long time and he's an official and he's got this game and he just got word that such and such isn't playing and he lets me know. Oh, all right, let me put it. Right.
Okay.
That's inside information.
I appreciate it.
I think college, I could see more of, there's a team, hey, we need this game. Let's make sure that we get this crew. Because we know how this crew officiates.
That's fair. Okay.
We know how this guy works.
Okay.
And I could see them being more relationships with the schools, with officials, as far as that kind of stuff.
But you don't think it's happening in high school?
There's no money.
Well, there's no money involved.
No neighborhood money. You don't think there's no neighborhood money?
Listen, I'm from Cherry Hill.
If you guys want to, they want to put,
no. All right. So maybe in particular areas.
The refs are riding in
Grove and Salem. I can't speak.
Listen, there's some refs riding into some nice cars, man.
I'm just saying.
It's usually the refs you see at AU every single week.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Hustling.
The one ref came one time he had to let everybody know at the scores table that his Benz was outside.
Oh, wow.
So please watch my keys.
That's right. Well, listen, good stuff, man. Final thoughts, FB. Let's start with you.
Just excited to watch some college football today.
Okay.
Alabama, Georgia is going to be a really big game.
Mhm.
I'll be working soccer night in Cherry Hill, so I'll
Okay.
have that game on my phone. But no, that's it.
Yeah, and it gives me something else. We got to talk about this next time too. What was the first thing you said? See, I lost my statement again.
Alabama and
college football.
College football.
And we talk about like what's Deion doing? How's Deion a year later now? And what are people thinking?
You guys talk about Shador and their game versus Baylor last week?
Nah, we ain't talking about no. Yeah. So we got to give some more love to that. But no, so did they win?
They did.
Okay,
Great
all
game,
right.
double
so,
overtime.
So what is it? What's their record now?
3-1.
I said 3-1, but they haven't really played.
They lost to Nebraska.
Okay.
They beat Baylor last week. So.
Okay. All right, we'll see.
Yeah, beat Colorado State.
Beat Colorado State.
Okay.
Somebody else.
That bad team the first week.
Okay.
That was close. It shouldn't have been close.
Right.
Yeah.
Final thought, MB?
Yeah, not a whole lot going on. What do I have going on? I mean, I have a lot going on.
Sure.
Just too much going on. You know what? You've definitely had this in your life. I don't know if you've gotten there. You're a little bit younger, but that moment where you kind of like feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
in life, this is where I'm supposed to be.
This
at. This is
your why.
Right?
Yeah.
I think I kind of not stumbled upon it, but found it. And now it's for me, I'm in that trying to put all those pieces together to get to the top of where you.
Is that something that you want to share? Or?
No.
Okay. All right. It's private. Yet. Okay, I got you.
Not yet. I mean, I feel like it's one of those things where I start sharing and people start expecting, when is this? When's it? No,
Right.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it's nothing different. I've been on the right path for a long time. It's just that's what it's.
Figured it out.
I got you. Okay.
That's what it's supposed to be.
All right, yeah, same thing here. I think with the why though, because it's about the why, right?
Yeah.
I think the why is always forever evolving.
For sure.
Yeah. So I think with me, like I said, I'm on this healing journey, and we're just gonna keep moving forward. And looking forward to some baseball coming up. I'm definitely gonna be going to some games. I just love playoff baseball. You know what I'm saying? So and the training camp starts this week too, right? I think it starts Tuesday or maybe Monday or whatever. So, looking forward to some exciting things, man. So, but on behalf of Doc Bryce, MB, Marcus Bullock, and FB, Fred Battie, we are the new Let's Get It sports show. And you can catch us live most weekends. Okay. It might be Saturday or Sunday, you know what I'm saying?
Might be the morning,
it might be, but we are guaranteed to be here. So at some weekends, okay? So, but listen, on behalf of us, listen, we wish you guys to have a wonderful weekend, all right?